There is one champion that everyone hates playing against bot lane more than any other champion, be it Senna, Estral. We all have our preferences of champions that we dislike and which ones we like playing against. But there is one that we all usually have in common, and that is the fucking Yasuo. This loser that has no idea how to play against mid laners because he has no idea how to play the game at all. So he takes his cracked champion bot lane, brings his exhaust because he's scared as fuck, and he's literally like Omega Giga cringe, okay? Point is, I fucking hate Yasuo. He's a loser. Anyone that plays in bot lane, you're a scumbag, bro. Like, learn to play an actual champion. You have no idea how to play the game, and you're just abusing this cracked champion bot lane to just take abuse of these regular non-mobile champions, and it's cringe, okay? We don't like you, no one likes you. Your parents don't like you, no one, okay? Like, literally no one likes you who play Yasuo bot lane. There is no excuse, okay? That is my point here. Everyone hates this champion, but today I'm going to show you guys how to beat this champion. Or I'm going to tell you how to beat him, because in the early game here, I don't quite follow my plan, but it does work out, and that's what matters. So, as we can see, my runes are PTA, Presence of Mind, Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Futures Market, and Free Boots. And as for the other ones, you just take attack speed and then adaptive AD, and then you can either go HP or armor. I've actually come to really like HP now. So most of the time you'll see me playing HP now. Sometimes I'll play armor. You can do whatever you want. But the reason why I take PTA here is because your trading windows are really short, your punishing windows are really short. So being able to take advantage of lethal tempo versus someone like Yasuo is not really possible. And my thoughts on PTA in general recently is that it's pretty good. So in any case, against Yasuo, just please take PTA. But first off, level 1 is probably the only time during the entire laning phase in which you can punish him. He can't really work up. So this is when you can kind of decide what you want to do. And generally what I want to do here is shove the wave into the turret, gain control of enemy jungle to prevent myself from getting ganked, and then just play it safe. I just want to scale, I just want to get as much CS as possible, and I want to stay even or ahead. So especially against Yasuo is a champion I would really recommend going the guard sale build. Although, as opposed to Kraken, I would maybe even go Storm Racer, you know? Like, I didn't mention it in the video, but I do think that Storm Racer or Kraken are decent. Both of them are completely fine. And they have each of its purposes. Storm Racer I do think probably could be better here. I'm not sure which one I did that I'm going here. Probably Kraken, but still. Just going a cheap mythic, like legendary item, 3k gold. But first we'll see this here. I get control of jungle, and then we force this splash, and then delays farming, right? He got denied top, and now he's getting denied bot. And since they're shoved in bot, they can't really immediately help. So at this point, we've basically prevented ourselves from getting ganked. We get this scrying orb, getting some further vision here of the enemy. And also at the same time, Artilia gets the lead here, because she's getting tempo on the fiddle. Right. So that is basically the only thing you get to do here. After this point here, you just want the AFK farm, and I hope to see that I will be standing still for most of the time here. Because especially against someone like Yasuo, you don't want to be randomly, sporadically moving. You want to pay attention to him, you want to mirror him, and you want to avoid him. You don't want to try and fight him, because he's going to dash through walls, he's going to auto-attack you, he's going to W when he's threatened, and then he's just going to exhaust. Again, the champion is just fucking cringe. So you just want to play safe, just farm, scale, get you one item in your boots, and then you're fine. Arguably you could skip inspiration here, so you can buy boots earlier, because movement speed is nice, so you can escape this freak But I do think this is fine still. As long as you respect him and just keep your distance, it will be completely fine. But the main goal of playing against Yasuo is that you don't play versus Yasuo. You just farm, don't die. And if you're dying, then you're probably doing something wrong. Because when you're shoving waves like this, when you see this, you either have to give the waves, or you have to make sure that your jungler's bot lane and like ping that you're shoving it. Right, especially at this point here, I'm sitting on close to 1k gold. So I'm pinging for assistance, as you can see, because I know I'm shoving the wave. If the jungler comes now, it's going to be really bad. And although this play ends well, I'll show you, but I did misplay it hugely. I could have saved a lot of my spells here because it's Yasuo, as every other Yasuo, even though this guy's master, they just have zero brain capacity, okay? Everyone hates these people. No one likes you, Yasuo, bro. If you're watching this video somehow, if you're subscribed, I don't care. No one likes you. Unless you stop playing Yasuo, then I will forgive you and I will like you again. But as long as you have this champion and you play the bot lane ever, you're a disgusting creature, okay? You're a freak. Alright, so I attacked Blitzcrank here once, I'm pretty sure. But then the second I'm in range, I'm going to focus on the Yasuo. Blitzcrank isn't usually a champion that has a lot of damage anyways, it doesn't really matter, but you primarily want to focus the damage dealer so you make him back off. But in this case, he goes in. As you can see, I missed my auto attack here, and especially against these champions, I would recommend just using A-click as opposed to try and right-click them, because they're going to move around everywhere. So ensuring you just get the auto attacks off are going to be best. But as you can see, I proc on PTA, and you're going to see that Yasuo's going to take quite a lot more damage now. And at this point here, after Mortal lands, I could have even killed him. That's my mistake. I didn't do it here. He win balls, and then I don't flash because I don't want to risk it. And then I get a kill, which is completely fine, and then I die. My jungler comes here, and what they should do is just shove the wave instantly. But again, you don't really have to expect anything from them because they're only master. They don't know how the game works. But if you spam ping and say hello bro and you like question mark them and everything, maybe they will start to wonder what they're doing wrong. I didn't catch this here. I actually made a mistake. I would definitely not go into depth buying a potion. I would only go in depth buying huge components such as an early pickaxe. So I have longsword. Enemy shows up to lane with longsword, I can go in depth for a pickaxe because it's going to give me a lead. It's going to help me with tempo. But doing so for a potion is arguably not that great. I would mostly just save it because you lose money when you go in depth. You get the interest fee. So I would mostly spend that for getting your Kraken or your Stormracer. And also, I don't know why, but I've played against so many Yasuos after this game here. I was playing against like 3 or 4 Yasuos in like 2 days something. But luckily I haven't seen Yasuo in a while now, so that's completely fine. So after this here, I've basically gained the lead at this point. But now you're going to see I'm going to make a mistake again. So the people in my YouTube comments that are like blaming me for talking shit about other people, I do highlight my own mistakes too. I get hooked here, I should have just walked back, respected it, let it push in. I completely graded here. And luckily I do survive, but I'm now in a very tough position because usually I can only take like 1 or 2 hooks before I die. I mean, in worst cases, it's only going to be 1 hook. I was lucky to survive there again. But now, in these kind of situations, you need to wait for your minions. You need to walk further back. You can't greed like this and hope that you like flip it and do something. This is just completely in by me. And I never should have done that. Now I'm slightly behind. And I'm slightly down in CS. I would arguably say that my CS is not too bad here. Given how I died and I had to give up some waves. But in my defense, I was really tilted. Because the Talia not pushing that wave really made me angry. Okay? Because it's really hard to focus when stuff like that happens for me. But it's on me still for eating now. And as we're nearing 10 minutes, I just want to say that I want to end this video soon. I just want to focus and show the 1 point or 2 points that we're playing for here. The one point in which you can do something is when you reach level 6. That is when you get a big spike, especially with PTA. You have the option of being able, or like you have the ability of being able to kill him if he misplays or you play it well. Depending on which champion you have as support, it is going to be easier or harder. I would say that Lulu is one that is pretty mid, I would say, against Yasuo. I mean, the fact that she can poly him and ult and these kind of things is very nice, but it's probably not the best champion you could have. Versus someone like Yasuo, I think in most cases maybe like a Vel or like someone that can kind of like engage and like shut him down would be better. And even though you can argue that Polymorph does that, it doesn't always do it for longer periods of time. It doesn't really like shut him down as much as some other ones might do. Again, there I could auto-attack him, then W'd, but I would W'd and then auto-attacked. I'm playing slippery here, I don't really care, it's not the point in the video. But the point here is that you can beat Yasuo even if you make a few mistakes. All you have to do is just play safe and show, and then eventually you'll be strong enough to the point where you can actually fight him. Just don't die and like fall too far behind in CS because you get caught off guard by stashes and like jumping into you and like losing like early trades because he has win wall and like just completely fist you and can catch up to you with his E. And the only thing I want you guys to really take away from this video is all you have to do against Yasuo. This is the TLDR. All you have to do against Yasuo is just CS, farm, play safe. You don't have to look for these fights at all. These are bad. This is a one-off game, I think. If I were able to find my other games against Yasuo, I would be playing completely safe. I would not be taking these trades. I would not be dying. I would not be fighting. I would not be attempting any of these things. But again, it works. So it's fine. But you don't have to do this. You just have to focus on CSing, playing safe, and scaling. Like, this champion is just completely cringe, has no counterplay at all, besides the person playing the champion. The biggest counterplay to Yasuo is the person playing him. The fact that it's a monkey playing him half of the time really does help, so yeah. But you can see at this point here, we get to the point where junglers are kind of like reaching the spikes. They're looking to play a bit more for objectives, so they can be bot lane. But again, when you're shoving waves and you're having to enter like these more risky territories, then you just want to like make sure that your jungler's on the side when you're pushing and exposing yourself, because staying alive and just maintaining a decent amount of CS is what you're looking for here. Because even now I'm 700 gold behind Yasuo. At this point, we'll see when I get back to lane now. I'll speed it up and then hopefully I'll press tab within a short amount of time after I walk back. So we can see that at this point here, I'm 400 gold behind. And that is completely playable. Yes, bot lane after all, so our XP is going to be very similar. And even though I go Bork here, I would really recommend going like Storm Racer or Kraken. I think going Blade the Rune King here is a mistake. I actually don't remember going Blade the Rune King here. But I do think the reason I did go it was because I had Vladimir and Fiddlesticks. I wanted to go Wit's End and then going Kraken into Wit's End would be slightly worse than Blade the Rune King into Wit's End, I think. But generally speaking, you just really want to go like Storm Racer or Kraken Slayer. Yeah, if you've reached this point here, you've gained one item, and you preferably have boots, then it really should be completely fine. You can probably take fights and come out alive, you can probably win. And we'll just fast forward this a bit now and then see how it plays out. But yeah, how to play against Yasuo, just play safe, farm, and that is it. Don't take in trades, don't like push up and get extended like far up into the lane. And it should be fine. As you can see, this Yasuo is now kind of like respecting me, even like scared. not really caring too much. And I'm just getting to farm, which is completely fine. Because in most team fight scenarios, if we are even across the board, I'm going to have way more impact than Yasuo, as long as we have a champion that can deal with him. And we don't get completely gaped. I mean, we don't have any like tanks or Malphite or anything like that, but we do have Singed and Leo, which can put things to knock him, although I don't think that is something you can expect. But as long as you have champions that are like completely weak to him, and he's not too far ahead, he's basically going to be very insignificant in team fights in comparison to you. And the only like threat he has then is the setup, which is like getting an ult on you or knocking you up and then you dying. Other than that, it is completely fine. So just please, just be patient. I know it sucks to play for this long, 15 minutes, and you literally cannot kill the enemy champion. Just because he picked a champion that has a win wall and stuff like this. You just can't do anything. He literally denies you like 15 minutes of fun. Like no can't play at all. Like I would never suggest fighting a Yasuo, almost regardless of rank, if he's playing bot lane. I would always just opt for the farm. Because the champion is just so like, unless he misplays of course. But like, don't try and engage on him. Like, if he makes a mistake, fine. But don't like overcommit to anything. Just prioritize CS and XP. And it'll be completely fine. Maybe you'll have a window at 6. But until then, just play safe. Like, you just can't beat this thing early game. That is everything I want to get across there. People ask me, how do you beat Yasuo, blah, 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 in lane. You can't really. That's just how it is. And yeah, if you guys want to know any other matchups or have like any other matchup guides, then I'll be happy to tell you the things you need to look out for. Or obviously, the only thing here is to not extend or like play into waves too much, because Yasuo's just gonna like dash through and kill you. So you just want to stand still, pay attention to what he's doing, and then just mirror his movement and just keep your distance and just scale, right? That's the only counterplay. You don't really have any big windows to kill him unless he like throws his wind wall randomly and like completely farts. So that's not something you should really take the bet on. Again, just prioritize farming, playing safe, and you should be completely fine. That is it. Hope you guys continue to have a good morning. You know, from shit, which everyone fits shit like that. Yeah, take care. Peace. Bye.